Well, you're right on time for breaking today. Good evening from where you're watching us from. My name is Joel Chacha and our sign language interpreter is Michael Maivia. Start talking to us via 111 and I'll be sampling some of your feedback right here. But kicking off our bulletin, the inauguration of Benson Mutura as acting Nairobi governor has today been deferred to Monday next week, that is December 21st. After the presiding magistrate missed the 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. swearing-in time frame as set out in law. Mutura, who is the Speaker of Nairobi County Assembly, was to be sworn in today morning so as to assume the office of the county governor for a period not exceeding 60 days following the impeachment of Mike Sonko. Clifford Ndubi with more.
Of the many twists and turns surrounding the leadership squabble of the Nairobi County is the postponement of the swearing-in of the acting governor Ben Mutura. The dais was all set and the crowd comprised of the county leadership was ready to usher in and witness the new sheriff in town. And when the time came, setting in the anxiety of what would be a new dawn in the county government offices, which has been marred by unending wrangles. But then this happened.
Kwamba sheria tutaifuata. Lazima spika wetu ambaye gavana mtarajiwa atapishwa kwa siku lingine, si leo, kufuatia sheria kupitia kwa gazeti la kitaifa. Ziruhusu kitu hata chembe moja nje ya sheria.
The unexpected happened, ending the much anticipated ceremony. Crowds gathering as they whispered, not knowing what happened. In accordance with Article 182, Section 4, Clause 2 in the Assumption of the Office of Governor Act 2019, the swearing-in of governors is between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. But the presiding magistrate was late by a minute.
Tunaomba kwamba hivi karibuni mtapata gazeti rasmi ya kutangaza siku nyingine ya kukuja kuapisha rasmi gavana wetu wa county.
Under Article 182, 4 and 5, a county assembly speaker assumes the governor's office where the deputy governor is unable to take over following a vacancy. Then a by-election is held within 60 days from the date the assembly speaker assumes the office of the governor. The speaker is second in line after the deputy governor, in whose case the law allows service for the remainder of the governor's term without a requirement for a by-election. But in this case, Nairobians should ready themselves for a by-election in 60 days from the time Ben Mutura will be sworn in. Clifford Ndubi, Switch TV.
Meanwhile, Kenyans and Nairobi residents have expressed mixed reactions following the impeachment of Mike Sonko as the Nairobi governor. Some name him a savior to the vulnerable and some a leader without managerial qualities. Our reporter Daniel Kariuki, however, speaks to NJIRU, who led the county assembly's legal team in the hearing against Sonko.
Was paid. So, former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko's removal has drawn mixed reactions among Kenyans and especially Nairobi residents.
Kwa sababu ile wakati tulikuwa na imani na yeye na tukapea kura, lakini akakuja kuharibu. So hata vile tumeona hii Nairobi inahitaji ya sober mind person.
Ile kutolewa kwa Sonko ni sawa tu kama wamepata kama kuna makosa fulani. Lakini kwa sisi kama watu ya mashinane tunasema pole kwa Sonko kwa sababu kwetu ni uchungu, kwa sababu watu ya mashinane alisaidia kama kijiji huko ikichomeka anaenda kuchengea watu ya chini.
However, according to NJIRU, the lawyer who led the county assembly's legal team in the hearing against Sonko, claims they were able to present heavy evidence which was able to convince the Senate.
As I had said, we were to give them the overwhelming evidence, and we actually presented them. It was not rebutted at any given time. At times, the guy could not even read what he himself had printed.
He, however, fails to support claims that the senator's hearing had outside influence.
Impeachment is both political and legal. We gave the senators who are there, very mature senators. Senator Wako, a very distinguished jurist. Senator Wetangula, a very distinguished jurist. Senator Madzayo, all those guys who are there. Senator Omugeni, Senator Orengo. You mean people like that can be influenced? Those are solid legal minds.
Oh, but you said the voting. It
Yeah.
seemed that it was coming from one side of the political side of the government.
Of course, there are those people who blocked their mind and who never wanted to hear the facts.
NJIRU further defends the County Assembly MCAs for their impeachment motion, which Sonko claimed was illegal for impeaching him without the 2/3 required majority threreshold.
He was
Impeached at the
rightfully
County Assembly.
impeached. That is why he never rushed to the High Court to quash the decision of my clients. If he had doubted the decision of my clients that was not validly arrived at, the simplest thing he would have done would have to go and challenge the same in court. We have not received any court challenge.
The lawyer shot to prominence in June during the Senate hearing of Kirinyaga Governor NYAGARAMA's impeachment proceedings. Now, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Nairobi, Ben Mutura, is now expected to sit in the capacity as the acting governor in the county of Nairobi for at least 60 days. And until then, residents of Nairobi County will be going in for a by-election and then to choose the third governor and deputy of Nairobi County. Daniel Kariuki for Switch TV, Nairobi.
Now, Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei has accused the government of vindictive act towards the impeachment of Governor Mike Mbuvi Sonko for what he says the State House wants full control of Nairobi County State House, and Sonko's relationship was shaky from the onset, and at one point he had to flee the county for alleged fears of threats over his life. John Kutuni filed the report.
Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei, who is Deputy President William Ruto's ally, says yesterday's impeachment of Governor Mike Sonko was a failure by Senate and a malicious move by Uhuru Kenyatta's team.
This was a state-sponsored motion. From all indications from the onset, these people have not been comfortable with Sonko after Sonko raised questions on the budget process, which the courts, by the way, I think yesterday or today has ruled that it is illegal because appropriation bill should originate from executive.
According to him, transition of power temporarily to the County Assembly Speaker Benson Mutura was put on hold by the judiciary due to legal reason.
I've seen the judiciary have put off the swearing in. I don't think because the judge is delayed. They know the legal implications of not following the law. The Constitution is so crystal clear that it should be acting capacity. And then the question that Kenyans and Nairobians would ask themselves is, what is the fate of transfer of deed to Nairobi Metropolitan Services, NMS, that the person who signed that transfer of deed was impeached, number one. And that, I think that could be the reason judiciary is pondering with. And number two is, what is the implication that the budget of 2020 that had been passed by Nairobi County Assembly has been declared illegal. Number three, what happens in the next 60 days to ensure we receive semblance and back in the calm in Nairobi City. Finally,
he advises on proper constitutional procedure of power transfer to the Speaker as stipulated by the law.
As per the Constitution, we'll act for 60 days, then the by-election is, and that is prescription of the Constitution. Any other intention of trying to amend the Constitution in any design or format or imagination, you need both spirit and substance, they will not succeed.
He has also urged Parliament to fast-track passing the bill tabled that will make amends on the framework of impeaching county governors. Even if he hasn't come out and declared it, Deputy President William Ruto's team thinks State House is conducting a clean sweep of the House in preparation for the 2022 elections, and SONKO'S ousting was one of them. Reporting for Switch TV, my name is Joan Kutung.
Away from that and now focus on matters health. Barely a week after Machakos Senator Boniface Kabaka died, Nyamira County Governor John NYAGARAMA has succumbed to COVID-19 at a Nairobi hospital. His body has been moved to Lee Funeral Home as the family prepares for burial. Samuel Namukana reports.
Nyamira County Governor John NYAGARAMA has succumbed to COVID-19. He died earlier today at Nairobi Hospital, where he had been admitted for 2 weeks.
Take this very sad opportunity to be the first one to send a message of condolences to the people of Nyamira, my fellow citizens from Nyamira County. This is our governor. He was such a decent man, and he was everyone's father and everyone's elder, a very nice man.
Several leaders across the country have sent condolences to the family, terming NYAGARAMA as a responsible leader.
We mourn a great leader, in the name of NYAGARAMA. And I and my family and the Kisii community, we say pole sana. We have lost one of the key pillars in the country.
You can see his sons here. All these are his sons and daughters. These are members of his family. The CEC for Health for Nyamira, Dr. Bozire, is here. They were together at the hospital. His family, all his family members were at the hospital this morning when Mzee passed away.
NYAGARAMA was elected governor in 2013 after unsuccessfully trying to vie for West Mugirango parliamentary seat.
NYAGARAMA alikuwa mtu mzuri, mtu mwenye roho safi, mtu ambaye alipenda amani, mtu wa kuunganisha watu, mtu ambaye alifanya kazi yake kwa njia ambayo inafaa.
The COVID-19 pandemic still remains to be the thorn in the flesh as it has robbed us yet another great leader. Namkana Samuel, Switch TV, Nairobi.
Meanwhile, only special categories of people will be given priority in administering the COVID-19 vaccine. The country is expecting 24 million vaccine from COVAX facility, and it is expected to cover only 20% of the country's population as required by the World Health Organization. In the last 24 hours, 356 people have tested positive for COVID-19 out of a sample size of 5,768, in which 42 patients are in ICU, 37 others put under oxygen supply, and 29 patients in general wards. 11 have, however, succumbed to the virus. Robert Ouma with the details.
The first to be vaccinated will be the frontline health workers, followed by the vulnerable, the elderly, and priority service givers. At least 30% of Kenya's population will receive the COVID-19 jab at the beginning of next year.
Those of you who may have been on strike, to resume to avoid losing your jobs. Please do not lose your job. As we go towards Christmas, as we go towards the festive season, do not be the one statistic again who will be a job seeker next year.
On the ongoing health workers strike, the minister has congratulated the High Court for suspending the nurses' strike that has lasted for 12 days and saying that the engagement to find amicable solution is underway and the health workers should resume duty to avoid losing jobs.
Wananchi will not be charged for the vaccine, but you have heard also that because of the unavailability of the vaccine, we have to have a priority list where we start with healthcare workers, wale wanafanya kazi kwa mahospitali, and that's why I am so urging them to get back to work.
The minister has, however, urged Kenyans to heed to the Ministry of Health regulation in regard to COVID-19, saying that 11 people have succumbed to COVID-19, raising the death toll to 1,629. Robert Ouma, Switch TV News.
Well, time to take a breather here on Breaking Today. We'll be back with more stories, but keep the conversation going on our social media platforms. Switch TV Kenya, Joel Chacha M on Twitter, and as well on Facebook, Switch TV Kenya and Joel Chacha. We'll be back after this short commercial break. Welcome back to Breaking Today. My name is Joel Church and our sign language interpreter is Michael Maitha. Moving on, nurses and clinicians have refuted claims issued by the government spokesman Cyrus Oguna a fortnight ago that the government had provided conducive working environment. Speaking in a press conference in Nairobi today, the medical professionals have insisted that the strike is still on even after the Labour Court issued a strike notice to stop the strike, telling off the health cabinet secretary to stop issuing them with threats.
Wahudumu wa afya tukisema ya kwamba hatutakubali kuendelea kujitia kitanzi katika maeneo ya kufanya kazi. Tuko hapa kuhakikishia wafuasi wetu ama members wetu ya kwamba mgomo utaendelea mpaka wakati haya masuala yote ambayo tumeyaibua katika ilani ambayo tulipeana yatakuwa yametekelezwa. Lazima maeneo ya kufanyia kazi yakuwe dhabiti.
Mutahi Kagwe should be telling Kenyans what he is doing to pay them rather than threatening them. It is good for any Kenyan to lose a job, but Mutahi Kagwe will not be the minister forever. Not even a governor will be a governor forever.
That's right.
Threatening people whose life have been threatened because of the environment they are working in by seeking to address the issues that is affecting the healthcare workers, that is threatening their life, that has killed a number of healthcare workers, 9 clinical officers, 34 nurses, and 13 medical officers, 3 medical laboratories, 2 public health officers, among others.
Shifting gears now to matters politics, Deputy President William Ruto has asked the Building Bridges Initiative to provide Kenyans with copies of the report to enable them make informed decisions. He noted that many Kenyans had not received copies of the report, yet they're expected to read and contribute in amending it. Ruto said there was a scheme by some leaders to undermine the intelligence and capacity of Kenyans to make informed decisions by denying them copies of the BBI report. He was speaking at the home of MP Moses Malulu in Jendi in Malava, Kakamega County today, where he said it was hypocrisy for some leaders to ask Kenyans to make decisions on a document they had not read.
We have done the economics of trickle down for a long time, and it benefits only a few people. This time, we are going to do the economics of bottom up, from the bottom going upwards. From the ordinary people, wale wako chini pale, ndio tutaanzia na wao. Sijui kama tunaelewana.
Wetangula kutoka Bungoma, Mudavadi kutoka Vihiga, wanapanga vile watagawana constituencies za wale. Mudavadi, let me tell you, if you are material for president, you cannot be bargaining for Luya seats. You would be campaigning to win Kenyan seats.
Na ningependa kumwambia gavana wa Paranya na kumwambia Raila, wewe Raila, mimi sikutarajia kukutana na wewe Raila. Na wewe gavana, wewe tuliongea na wewe huko, umeniambia tunaenda kuona Raila, si ningekataa? Ukanipeleka huko kwa Raila, tukaongea ile maneno tunaongea, na mimi sikuwa naelewa, hata mimi nikaanza kushangaa. Mimi nataka mambo ya constituency na wewe unaniongelesha mambo ingine. Sasa hiyo maneno ya Waparanya, maneno ya Raila, mimi nasema riswa.
Hiyo picha yenye Malulu Njende alipigwa pamoja na Raila Odinga na huyu jamaa Paranya. Malulu Njende alikuwa na rosary kwa shingo yake. Na mimi kama Mkristo kamili nikajua mganga na mtu wa Mungu wanaweza kuweka pamoja.
Away from that, the first cancer center to have daycare chemotherapy unit has been launched in Kenya today. The unit, launched by HCG-CCK, has paved the way for easier access to specialized cancer treatment in Kenya. With cancer patients forced to travel to India or abroad for further treatment, it's reported that the facility can accommodate up to 40 patients with affordable cancer treatment options for the local mwananchi.
the magnitude of operations that HCG has, the knowledge base that the HCG has, as we have over 400 oncologists working for HCG between India, Africa and other parts. We can handle about 300 to 400 chemotherapy sessions from this facility in a month.
The center is able to treat patients at a considerably lower cost than those who travel all the way to India. Because you know when you travel to India, there's a question of transport, hotel, and normally you have to be accompanied by a relative. And this has been extremely difficult financially for a lot of our people.
Elsewhere, Narok town dwellers now have every reason to smile after the construction of a mega sewage system, which is now ready for commissioning. The Water and Irrigation Cabinet Secretary Cecily Kariuki has said the sewerage system constructed at a cost of 1.7 billion shillings is now complete. Kariuki said this today after inspecting the project that was commenced in April 2019 with an aim of benefiting over 60,000 people who live in Narok town and its environs. The project was funded by the government of Kenya in collaboration with Africa Development. The initiative is a big plus to Narok traders and dwellers who for a long time had to use exhausters to empty their sewerage, incurring huge losses.
Nimefika hapa leo kukagua huu mradi ambao ni wa maana sana wa sewage ambayo itaserve ama itatumikia watu wa Narok town. Niseme nimeridhika kuona ya kwamba kazi ya huu mradi imefika mwisho, imekamilika. Na kwa hivyo ni mradi ningetaka mwenyewe niangalie kwa macho yangu gavana vile tulikuwa tukizungumza, ndio nikirudi pale nami ni mujulishe Mheshimiwa Rais Uhuru Kenyatta, ndio wakati anaja kuzungumza na watu pia iwe hii ni moja hapo ya ile miradi ataweza pia kuweka kifunguo.
This is a clear demonstration of how the two, as provided in the Constitution, the two levels of government, the national and county, are working very closely for the benefit of our population.
Well, and now I'm tossing the ball to Cedric Oronje for the latest in the world of sports.
Many thanks for staying with us. My name is Cedric Oronje, and now let's head straight to the fields where sporting betting firm MOZZART has commenced their CSR initiative, offering a helping hand to PUMWANI Maternity Hospital. By aiding them with proper medical supplies, the firm is scheduled to continue reaching out to the community with its greater motive also aimed at supporting local football teams in Kenya.
Jamii zetu nchini nzima tunajaribu kuangalia ni wapi tutachimba. Tumechimba ya kwanza kule Homa Bay na tunataka tuchimbe 100. Sasa tumechimba 1, tumebakisha 99. Juu ya hayo bado tuko na michezo tunaangalia wale vijana wetu ambao wanachipuka, wasichana wetu ambao wanachipuka kwa swala la michezo. Tunawapatia jerseys, tunawapatia balls ili tuweze empower, wasiwe idle pale nyumbani, wapate hizi equipment ambazo zinaweza kuwasaidia wakati wa soka.
And now rather to a more interesting Kenya Premier League, BIDCO United settled for a goalless draw with the Nairobi City Stars in their first ever encounter in the Kenyan Premier League. BIDCO are now 12th in the standings with 3 points after 4 matches, while City Stars are 4th with 7 points. And now Bayern Munich forward Robert Lewandowski has been crowned the FIFA Football Player of the Year 2020. The Poland international was battling out with perennial winners Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Last season, Lewandowski scored 55 goals in 47 matches to help Bayern Munich lift a treble German Cup, Bundesliga and the UEFA Champions League.
Lewandowski.
Für mich wirklich sehr, sehr viel. Ich bin sehr, sehr stolz auf.
I'm very proud to have won this award. It was a team performance, really. It was impressive that we were able to win all together. It is an incredible feeling, and I'm very glad that I was able to be in the selection with Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, and I received this award.
Cristiano Ronaldo dabei sein und so eine Trophy zu gewinnen.
And now Manchester United coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has praised his boys following their 3-2 win against Sheffield United, maintaining their perfect away record this season. Goalkeeper Dean Henderson gifted the Blades an opener after 5 minutes when forward Oliver Buck blocked his clearance. Rashford equalized after 26 minutes before Anthony Martial